Okay, Sunday, April 20th, 2025. I'm in the lobby of the Habit building in Brussels. It's Easter Sunday, but I still want to tell you about a little bit of a story about this building. So every week it's something interesting. Now they're, tearing up the sidewalk, putting in fiber optic, I think. It looks like that, like a fiber optic installation. Maybe make the internet faster. I'm not sure what it is. It's pretty fast here actually already as it is, so not sure what's happening. But the other funny story is down in our garbage area. We've had a lot of problems with the garbage. First of all, people couldn't find it, so they were just leaving the garbage in the hallways, leaving it in the corridors. And finally we raised enough noise, made enough noise to get them to do something and make some signage. But now in the garbage room, somehow there's like a homeless guy living in there. Somehow he found his way. There's like another entrance to this building through the parking lot. And I'm not sure how he got in there because you need an access card and everything. But, it's just, I thought it'd be more quiet than Ukraine, because in Ukraine we have a fair amount of garbage drama. We have like people rifling through the garbage at night and, looking for bottles or cardboard or whatever they can get money back for, but it's on another level here. I guess there's more incentive to recycle here, and there's some payouts. I just want to fix this camera a little bit so I don't have to have this stick all the way out and then someone grabs the phone. You have to worry about these things a little bit here. So this is the Brussels World Trade Center, and this is some social building. These are the people that give you money for your kids, but we didn't get this child allowance. I guess we're not established as permanent residents here or anything, but I thought as long as you're paying your taxes here and you're residing here, you're entitled to some child money. I mean, we're in the medical system. We've used the doctors a few times and gotten the subsidized rate. You pay this like medical insurance. It's basically a tax, and then you get like a very deep discount. I mean, you're required to buy it. So I paid it. It's like $900 or 900 euros every quarter. I still haven't received my first salary, so I imagine when that comes in, these rates will go up because it's, I think, based on your salary, but I'm not entirely sure about this. We'll have to see. So yeah, we had some, I'm just going to walk down a different way. There's some more path here in this business district of Brussels. This is like a financial district, and then there's the infamous North Station. And that place is a dichotomy. Half of it's like really good, all newly renovated, nice shops. There's a Carrefour in there. There's a McDonald's in there. Leonidas chocolate, which is like some kind of local good brand. It's like Belgium is known for chocolates. And and then what else? But then the other side of the station, it's real shady. It's like I don't know. It's people are trying to sell you drugs, and there's prostitutes, and it's like everything in Brussels here. There's like it's like that Two-Face character in Batman. You see a lot of nice buildings and stuff here, but then if you're in the parks, it's broken glass and people doing drugs and cigarette butts, and so everything is like a dichotomy here. It's like there's two sides of the coin here. It's yeah, and I guess people see what they want to see, but when you have kids, your mindset changes a bit. To think about their safety. Let me just see. I have to go back this way. I wanted to walk down this center aisle and this park here. So they have like little parks between the streets here. It's like as we walk towards the center, I can maybe flip the camera. Yeah, so you can see there's like all this buildings and stuff. Yeah, and then up here is the Proximus building. So this is like the Kiev Star or Telenor or Telia of Belgium. And then there's like, you can get buses here. You can go almost all over Europe. I met people, Americans, coming out of the North Station, and they're getting buses here trying to get to like different cities in Europe. Not sure why they don't take the train. The train is more efficient, more comfortable. You can get up, walk around. But anyway, so be it. And now, yeah, here's the other thing to say. Is a lot of litter. Like I say, there's plenty of places to throw your cigarettes, plenty of places to throw your glass bottles, but somehow it all winds up on the ground and no one's even thinking about the children. You know, it's a lot different than Norway. I don't know, in Norway, even people from countries where they don't have a, you know, keep it tidy policy or keep it tidy mentality, they keep it tidy. You know, but here it's like, it's so sad. You know, like I say, it's just litter everywhere. And, you know, the way you see this is you got to get down at the kids' level. You know, you have to get down at the level of the hands and knees and look for all these little dangers and things they could pick up. Because they're fast. These kids are fast. They pick things up and put stuff in their mouth. You know, like I said, like all this, you can't even tell the difference between the sticks and the cigarette butts. You know, and then rolling old joints and all kinds of crazy stuff here. So yeah, you have to, I don't know, it's just a different mindset when you're a parent. You know, I mean, if I was like young and single, this is a great city, I think. There's a lot of jobs here. You know, French isn't that hard of a language, really. If you're already speaking English, you can probably learn it on the airplane on the way over enough to start getting by. It's like Norwegian. Norwegian wasn't too terribly hard. I'm not even good at languages, but you know, what would be hard, I think, like, I mean, in America we have Spanish in the background, so French and Spanish and Italian are related. Finnish is hard, Hungarian is hard, Estonian is hard, Lithuanian and Polish, these languages are hard. But like, you know, if I was young and I moved here and stuff, yeah, it's worth investing the time, I guess, to learn the language. Now, you guys all know my point of view about a multilingual Europe. It's holding them up. They can't compete with the mega nations. They're going to just get picked apart. It's inevitable. I mean, it's so entrenched here. I mean, everyone I'm talking to, I mean, there's a lot of people in our building that work for the EU, and they said it's the French that hold everything up. You know, they really insist on their language, you know, and insist on, you know, them being heard. But they've lost a long time ago. The only people speaking French are some Arabs and Africans, you know, from countries that don't really contribute much to the global economy. You know, and the people in those countries who are doing anything are speaking English. You know, ones who go to Silicon Valley or the ones flying airplanes or the ones bringing money in. They're anyway speaking English, you know, to talk to the multinational companies. It's just, I don't know, but probably by the time the French accept this, it's going to be too late. Already the Russians are, you know, getting emboldened, and it's inevitable. You know, I don't know, like I said, the Democrats were just prolonging this war, giving minimum amount of weapons and stuff, but it was still grinding on the Ukrainian lives, you know, so, yeah, I don't even know what to think of the situation in Ukraine. The U.S. threatened to pull out, but now Putin called an Easter ceasefire. But this is how the Korean War just kind of froze. They started with a small ceasefire, and it's been 70 years, and they haven't had an official treaty. They were just in this, like, I don't even think they have a written armistice in Korea. It's just kind of been frozen. Everything is just froze. Maybe this is the beginning of a freeze of the Ukrainian war. Maybe there was some backroom conversation with Putin that Trump said he's going to, and it is his goal to put the oil prices down, to stop the money, you know, to stop the money flowing in. You have to solve Russia at a systemic level. I think they have to come up with a different approach. And you got to keep them close to stab them, you know. I mean, it's just that's just how it is. I mean, I trust his approach more than I trust the Democrat approach, which was just going nowhere. You know, a lot of people were just dying, and Russians were still drawing these red lines, and the West would hold back So nothing really has changed, I think, except that the motivation now is to get a ceasefire and just accept the reality that some territory is going to be lost. This whole idea about liberating the territories in Crimea, I mean, that would require World War III. It would require nuclear weapons and a big investment I don't think these countries are willing to make. It can't be done on like the way we're doing it now, just send some weapons and, hope that they do something by Christmas. It really needs like a World War III type investment, like all of NATO forces, and, because that's really stubborn territory to clear out. Once they're in there and they're dug in, it takes a lot of it. You need air support, so you would definitely need like special forces and, calling in airstrikes, and you need like a big wave of infantry to clear it out, EODs to take out all the mines. It's like I said, it's like a World War III type thing that needs to happen. And it ain't happening. So anyway, that's just my view. People agree, disagree, follow me, unfollow me. I don't care. I don't make money off of YouTube. I make money going to a job. Yeah, so. Yeah, and where are we in this Brussels immigration process? So, yeah, I cannot pay my taxes. I got this login that it was enough. You go to the commune and you show your ID and give them your email, and then you get this like login to so you can log into all the government sites, but it doesn't work anymore. They want the plastic ID card with the chip in it, and then you get this card reader that connects to your computer by a USB. But they said they won't give that to me until I've been here a solid 6 months. But I'm gonna go on Tuesday with this accountant. He's also doubling as my interpreter. And they said if I'm in the population register or something, that I can maybe get it early, because I wrote them, and I used ChatGPT to write them a letter in French. I asked ChatGPT to write, I told everything in English to ChatGPT, and I said, write a convincing letter to the commune in French that I need this card now. I'm already paying taxes, I'm already working, what's the holdup? And I have to depend on €60 an hour accountants to do like things I can do online in 5 minutes by myself, and they're going to charge me minimum 1 hour. And so we'll see what happens Tuesday. Every one of these visits I got to bring this accountant along because he speaks French, otherwise nothing gets done there. They're not going to help you. Even if you're trying to pay your taxes, you owe them money. I heard stories, people go in there and say, I'm not going to pay, I'm just going to leave the country without paying. Then suddenly they start speaking English. But I don't want to go down that route yet. I don't know if that can even get you in trouble or not. It's hard to know like what gets you in trouble here. But yeah, it's very problematic. Like I said, I wouldn't recommend this country unless you have to live here, or you got some great job opportunity where you're going to develop your career. You're doing some project, because there's a lot of good IT projects here. They're like 10 years behind the rest of Europe. So all these good SAP projects and all these good transformation projects and all these digitalization projects that were being done in Norway 10, 15 years ago are just starting up here. So those are good projects to build your career if you're in IT. You get on some of those and develop your project management skills, your technical skills. And then, but you don't get paid well, that's the problem. But so it's like doing a master's degree, getting some experience or something. And you can, if you're single and young and all this and have energy, it's fun here. There's a lot of restaurants, and you don't have to worry about you can throw garbage in the streets if that's your thing. Looks like that's a thing here. This is the Rogier stop that we're nearby, and you can go out to eat, and you can, there's like a good nightlife here and all this stuff, and it's I still think Sweden would be better, but the problem is with Scandinavia is like all the tech stuff is done, the work is drying up, everything is like completely automated in Scandinavia and at peak efficiency, and everything is in maintenance mode. But here, stuff is building up. So yeah, from a career perspective, and then there's the European Union. If you get some job there, and you want to work in government or something, it's that can be quite okay. But taxes are high, salaries are low. But I showed you the tricks in the last video, how to get cheap food. You know, get your groceries cheap. You go to these Arab supermarkets, and then they have this Pizza Royale here, which is like half the price of Domino's and twice as good. And it's American style pizza. You know, it's a bunch of Moroccans making pizza American style. So it's pretty good. You know, they make like the Pizza Hut pizza better than Pizza Hut. You know, so yeah, I'll just show you. This is the mushroom here. So let's see. Yeah, this is a Rogier mushroom, and yeah, so it's Easter Sunday. My daughter is sleeping. The wife is staying nearby. We take turns. So I take her for a walk in the morning, and then my wife does her things, and then nap time, one of us watches over her. Usually the wife, you know, because the baby is like very clingy to the mother. That's normal at this age, 15 months, you know, so yeah. And I'll tell you another hack here. There's a Tree Hotel, and they have these chocolate chip cookies. And this is anywhere in the world you can do this. You just go in, act like you own the place, and just ask them if you can have some cookies. And they'll give you these like free chocolate chip cookies, and I swear to God, they're better than Mrs. Fields. They're better than Mrs. Fields cookies. Yeah, so here, let me just show you. So this is the Belfast Bank, and yeah, there's a Starbucks here. But yeah, after I'm done with this video, I'm gonna head into this DoubleTree Hotel and get my cookies. You know, those of you who know me, you know I have a sweet tooth, and it saves you €3 because a good chocolate chip cookie here in Brussels is like €3. But you go there, and like I say, just act like you own the place. The reception isn't going to bite back. I mean, even if they do, you're not going to get arrested for trying to get a free cookie. But yeah, it's just you know. You have to, when you live in Europe especially, find all these hacks and freebies, because your goal is like to save money at the end of the day so you can buy a house, you know, get some shares and get your financial security. That's like what you're aspiring to, and try to have some fun along the way, but make it economical. You don't want to get, now you can gamble here in Brussels, and you know, there's a lot of ways you can spend your money here. But the idea is like to find a way to have the fun without spending the money. I mean, you can go to these bars and spend a lot of money on drinks and all that. But like I said, there's a lot of other ways. So this is just to flip the camera. So yeah, this is the Rogier. I think we'll go back. Head back home, and then I'll clip out here. Let's see. Yeah, I'll just show you this sidewalk here. It's actually, Brussels is okay. It's just not for us. You know, I can't earn enough here. You know, the bureaucracy is really a lot to deal with. It's really a deterrent. You know, from you know, I think a lot of people who come here, they come here with a company. The company has a relocation consultant that takes all that off. But if you're coming here on your own, it's really hard. Like I said, I find it harder here as a European. You know, I should be able to just move here like Americans can move from one state to another. But I find it harder here as a European than I did as an American in Norway. You know, I find it much, much harder. That way. This is some hotel dome. Yeah, the building tops here are interesting. But it's not really, Brussels is not really a place to raise kids. You know, yes, they sure something in school and have their foreign language requirement done when they go to American high school, but it's not, there's not much green area and place to run around. We got a generator here. The guy is power washing. Yeah, I'll have to just go back around. I wanted to take you down this street, but yeah, it's a young people, single person's city, and you're here for like a short time, getting your experience, And maybe, I don't know if you live with roommates and stuff, you can save money and cook at home most of the time. You can maybe save some money, you know, as long as you don't party too much. I guess it's easier for the girls. They can get the guys to buy them drinks. But if you're a dude, don't get in that trap of buying the girls drinks, because then you won't save any money. You know, and anyway, you buy them drinks at the bar and then their boyfriend comes and picks them up and takes them home. And that's usually how it works. So yeah, don't get into that trap. You know, yeah, have a purpose. You know, you have to map out your goals. Like our goal here was be close to London. I'll earn money, you know, cover my daughter's allergy treatments, and then get my wife's green card done. So we got her medical exam. Her green card medical exam is almost done. We just have to get feedback on which vaccines she needs. She took a blood test for antibodies, and that'll tell us, because she has no idea. I mean, she grew up in like post-Soviet Ukraine. They didn't keep good records. They did have vaccinations, but they didn't have those cards to know which ones you had. So she knows people came to the school, so she might have all her basic vaccines done. But the antibody test will show that. And then after that's done, we get that vaccines done. We just do the interview. And then our plan is to go to Ukraine, back to Ukraine for 2 months, and then to America. But anyway, that's all I got. See you. Bye.